So you guys are both fathers. You both have sons. Obviously, I'm a little bit a ways away from that, but I've heard that most fathers want their sons to be just like them. So tell me, is this true? And then if it is true, would you want your sons to also be barbers just like you guys?
Very interesting.
Hmm.
What do you think?
Wow. So it's a pretty good blend of an experience and wow. To think this too. Think this too. I'm not only gonna be talking about this guy like he's a business partner. This is like this is my friend. I've known for a long time. Would I want them to be? Because that means they'd have to be friends with this guy.
Okay. I think most
This is
I'm wondering if most fathers really want their sons to be like them, or do most fathers want their sons to be what they wish they were? Do you know what I mean?
Mm,
I think it's like this. I think if you were to ask people, they would say, "Yeah, I want my son to be like me."
mm.
But I think what they don't really realize is that they want their sons to be the best version of them.
Thank you.
You know,
That explains.
not really like them,
Nah.
but the best version of them. So when I see
Stretch for this one.
guys coming in, I always think it's funny when I see guys coming in. They have their sons dressed like them. You know what I mean? Like they dress them the same, and they want them to play the same sports that they played.
That's definitely something.
Yeah, I think a lot of guys do that, and I'm not. Now that Damie asked the question, I'm wondering, do they really want their kids to be like them, or are they trying to make them a better version of themselves
Okay.
or what they wish they were? What do you think?
As barbers, I think we get to detail this question one snip at a time. I really think when I'm dissecting the life of a barber, right? You're thinking about everything that it encompasses and everything that you're about. So what ends up happening is you really don't get a how can I say this? Like you want to separate the two
Yeah,
to be able to advertise it to this individual and say, "Hey, look,
yeah,
this is what it's worth." And I want to say friendship is a lot.
mm,
Cuz there's many times when you it's like you know what's going on,
mm.
right? So man,
Okay, I'm gonna come on and say, hell no.
don't be a barber.
I would say, as when it comes to wanting my sons to be like me, my instinct is no way,
Gonna do that one, bro.
because the way I look at my life and the way I look at just everything in general, I'm very. People might not realize it. I don't know. Maybe they do realize it, but my standards are extremely high for what I want for myself, what I wanted for myself in the past,
Yes.
and what I want for myself in the future.
Yes.
So I'm not saying this is a good thing, but the battle that I've always had is I'm consistently disappointed with myself, to be honest, because I have never reached, or I always feel like I'm falling short of where I think I should be or what I'm trying to do. So at the end of the day, it's met with, oh man, like
Yeah.
I didn't get there again.
Yeah.
Right? I feel like that all the time.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't want that for any of my sons. I have 3 boys, and I would want them to be I would want them to be pushing for greatness, but at the same time content with where they're at. And that's never been my life. And I've always been battling that sort of stuff. On the flip side, when I think about the best things of me, 100%,
Sure.
I would want them to, encompass those things.
The opposite.
But it's tough, man, because I can't speak for most people. I think I'm much different than most people. But when I look at my children, I just can't think of them as being one thing, because the 3 boys that I have, they're all very different. They're all very different. So I imagine their lives being extremely different, to be honest. I would want them to watch me very carefully.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they'll learn a lot of great things from watching me, but I don't want any of them to be like me.
Oh, crazy.
And I'll tell, and
so loaded,
and I,
man.
so it's very loaded. But I'll tell you in the simplest way. I don't want any of them to be like me because
Oh man.
I feel like I'm living with like an eternal pain, to be honest. And I wouldn't want any of them to feel that inside of them. I want them to be content.
Oh my goodness. I'm listening to the question. I'm like, this one, my goodness. It's such an admission of guilt, shame, success, uh, good. It's like, what? Nah. But he
So
can't
no?
be like me. He can't be like me. There's not a haircut that goes by where I don't feel like I'm learning something. Every haircut.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's a good position to be in
Yeah.
as well, right? Like, that's a very transferable skill in anything that you think of. And it's just amazing that every haircut, every combination of experience, whether it be conversation and cuts, it's different. Each one's uniquely different. And you do that a lot of times?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Like,
You know what's weird about
you're building
fatherhood, man?
friendships
You
every day.
like the mess up thing is your kids have to make mistakes and they have to go through pain and they have to like that's how you learn.
Mm.
But you don't want them to feel pain.
Yeah.
And you don't want them to like mess up and you're always trying to protect them. It's hard to protect your kids without messing them up because they really have to be they have to mess up. They have to mess up and they have to make mistakes and they have to learn and they have to feel pain. So that's what I think of
That's
when I
the
think of
thing, yeah.
myself. I think of my life and all the mistakes I made
Shame, yo.
and all the things that I wish I avoided. And I'm like, of course not. I don't want him
Bro,
or them to go through any of that
it's
stuff.
shame.
Okay, so your answer is no. But what about barbering? The second part.
It's the best. We said this before.
Yeah.
It's the best. I'm like, no disrespect to any industry. It's just the best. Like we just said, we're building friendships every day,
Yeah.
new friendships every day. And you're like, it just gets better.
Yeah. And because it's
Even
people,
if it gets bad sometimes, it gets
Yeah.
better. So it's like, it's just, and you're always learning. It's like every haircut, no matter how perfect it was the last time, it's going to get better. And that's what makes me, I love doing that.
and because people are so
I love
different,
doing that.
the conversations are always different.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, even if it's the same person, there's always different things happening. So because of that, you're always learning. It's always new. It's never mundane.
Always.
It's as much as what we do is a system, it's not systematic,
No.
right? Because people's hairstyles change,
Mm-hmm.
people's attitudes change, people's lives change.
Yeah.
And you get wrapped into all of that. So the answer is you would want your sons to be
Yeah.
barbers?
Easily. It's yin and yang. What? Yin and yang.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I remember when there was like the very first, let's say the first couple of years, we always had people giving us feedback.
Yeah.
A lot of feedback.
Yeah.
And it was always, keep pushing, keep going, whatever. We're supporting you no matter what. And it was good to see that because those people showed us to continue as well.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But I don't know. It's like saying, here, if you want to go out there with no surfboard and try to figure this out. While you need a surfboard, you need some direction.
Yeah.
And bro, I don't even know what to think right now. Thank you for asking this question.
Well, the amazing thing is too, when people,
It's
I've always felt when people gave us advice early out, I thought of it as a great compliment because I thought, wow, they really care. They think we're doing something good, and they want it to work, and they really care. Because if they didn't, they wouldn't be saying nothing. They'd be like, yeah, good luck.
Yep.
Or
The support was really good, man.
yeah, the sport was good.
It was really
So it never think if people are giving you advice in the beginning that it's always a negative thing. A lot of people like to maybe not hear from others on what they want, and you gotta look at it on both sides. Look at where it's coming from. If the advice is coming from friends and or your loved ones, it's because they probably want you to succeed,
Yeah.
and they might even see some holes in what you're doing. So always be open to that. But do I would I want my sons to be barbers? I'm actually on the fence.
I'm dancing right now.
I'm on the fence because I do think this is the best thing in the world
It's loaded. Bro.
as a profession, and I do think that if they were to do it, they'd be in a better position than we were because they would have us to advise them, right? On the best way to go about it. Running a business, things to do, all that kind of stuff. So I can imagine in my mind, wow, if Jet, Oz, or Alex want to be barbers, I could give them so much
Everything
to help them. But
See?
what I'm going to say is the negative side of my parenting. I'm going to call it the negative side because it's a protective side. And I battle with this a lot. I'm not good at letting my kids feel pain, experience bad things. The things that they need to be successful in life, I'm not good at letting them do it. It's hard for me to step out and watch them stumble. So I'm always battling with that. So when it comes to barbering, I think sure,
Nature.
I would love for them to be barbers.
The antithesis.
But what I think about is all the bad things that happened to me while I was barbering. Like I picture my sons cutting and then someone threatening to beat them up because you're dealing with people.
Every day.
And dealing with people is awful. It's amazing.
What? Bro, you see what I'm saying?
It's amazing, but it's also awful. Because people are terrible, man. I think about all people try to run out without paying. People want to fight you because they're mentally ill and they got something going on in their mind.
Wow.
People threatening you, being robbed at gunpoint. Authorities thinking you guys are selling drugs.
Bro.
Like you have to fight through so much because you're just dealing with people. Homeless people walking in and taking a crap on your seats. Like all that stuff happens.
Yeah.
And I don't want them to go through all that kind of stuff.
Goodness.
Right?
Stretch for life, my God.
So Damien, you asked a very difficult question.
It's a great question. It's just like
it's very difficult.
It's difficult, man.
And I'm a little stuck on the fence.
It is such a difficult question. Listen.
Because my kids ain't gonna listen to me.
They're not gonna listen.
So if they became barbers, right, in a perfect world, and they listen to me, and I could give them, pour into them all the advice, then that's perfect. But they're not gonna do that because kids don't listen to you. They hear what you're saying, and then they do what they want to do, which is great. Because they're not me. They're not me, so they're not supposed to do things the way I would do them. But
wow,
I don't know. You got to tell me if what I'm thinking is right or wrong.
I'm trying to tell you, I'm there. You're 50-50, literally, because it gives you a lot of good experiences that allow you to just weigh your options on what could be a difficult day.
Yeah.
You know, you're interacting a lot. It's customer service with a service, and you have to be a really good customer at it too. Like you have to think like a customer.
Yeah.
And it's like you have to play both sides every day. It's like riding a bicycle all day and then coming in and working all day. You're out there with people that drive cars.
Yeah.
You have to blend. You have to be both people. It is beautiful. I'm like,
the freedom's amazing.
Oh my gosh.
And
we're crapping on it and just letting you know. It's really good. It's just wow. That's a hard question, my guy. But do it, but don't do it.
Oh, jeez.
I want you to do it so you can experience what we've experienced, but not in a way that harms you. You know what I mean? You expect...
This is what I want. Okay, I got it. This is what I want.
See what I mean? There's trauma attached.
Nah, this is what I want. in a perfect world, I want my sons are all different. They all have a magic inside of them. And
Hmm.
I want them to find what that magic is. If it happens to be barbering or anything in that realm, if it's artistic, then yes, I would love for them to be barbers. And I think their transition would be great because even if they listen to half or 25% of the advice I have for them, then they'll be all right.
That's for
But if they're not, then I honestly wouldn't want, if they're not artistic or some of the things that I've seen in people that would make them a great barber and make them enjoy their life as a barber, if they don't encompass any of that, which not all of them do,
sure.
then I wouldn't want them.
assessment.
Yeah, I wouldn't want them to be barbers because there's unhappy barbers.
Oh,
I'm not gonna lie and say that we love what we do, but I'm not gonna lie and say every barber out there is just like balling
yeah.
and happy. No, there's a lot of people that it's just a job for them
Mm-hmm.
and they're not happy and they don't like what they're doing,
Mm-hmm.
but they kind of just started it.
Mm-hmm.
They're making money on it and maybe they have the responsibilities as time goes on,
Mm-hmm.
and then they just kind of got to stick with it because it's the only thing that they know.
Life be lifing.
Just like probably 80% of the people out there,
Exactly.
they're working and they have to just keep working because they need to make money, and they feel like they don't have the time, or they don't have the moments in their life to change their life, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I would leave it at that for me. If they have any of the attributes, I like to look at my kids and feel like, okay, what do I think they would naturally be good at? And if artistry is anywhere in that mix, then I would love for them to be a barber
Love for it. Love.
because I think they would
Oh
have
my gosh.
just a great life. But if not, then I want them to follow their own path. I want them to follow their own path, and I don't want them to be like me. They gotta be better. They gotta be better. Because to be honest, my whole life, I've looked at my dad, and
What kind of pressure is that?
my whole life I looked at my dad, and I thought he was great, my whole life.
Yeah.
But I'm not trying. But honestly, I've never wanted to be him. I've always tried to be better than him. So
that lingering on your back.
I hope that's something that they pick up. I hope they look at me and they think, "Wow, that's great," but I think I can do it better.
Every day.
Yeah, at everything.
Every day.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
I'll give you this one. Could anything disappoint you with your sons? Something that they chose to do.
Oh, lots. Standards are high. You have to be me. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's like, nah. I'm not recommending this at all. This is not the life.
You're not recommending what?
Yeah.
Your life? Or
No, it's not for the kids, yo. You have to do so much. You have to do a lot. Because it's fatherhood, you said, right? Fatherhood. You have to be yourself. You have to be. If you wear many hats, like, you have to do a lot of structure. You know what I mean? But you have to do that in a creative way every day. I'm telling you, each interaction with each customer, every time it gets better.
yeah.
And you have to be willing to do that, even if you do see the beginnings didn't feel that comfortable.
Which is why you have to love it. Which is why it's amazing if you love it.
We're from the West Indian Caribbean. Like, sometimes our first interactions are pretty harsh. And that could dismantle a lot of things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, you take on family. We said this the other day. I think we said there was a customer we've known for 23 years.
Yeah.
We've known him for 23 years.
And that's just from this business. There's customers
See what I'm
no
saying?
longer
Thank you.
because we were cutting before.
And that's what's been built over all the time. And that only takes time. So to have someone want to endure that for all those years, it's like, you got to take it with the good and the bad, right? So it's like,
Yeah.
bro, yes, but no. It's a tough question.
There's a lady I saw at Breakfast Club, and she was talking about they were highlighting her family business. And her family business is like 5 generations.
Yes, I
You
saw
see it?
this.
It's like
Yes.
5. She's the 5th generation of her family.
Yes.
And Charlemagne kept saying that it's a 7th-generation family business because he is including her daughter and her daughter's daughter, who were both with her.
At the interview.
Yes.
Yes.
So she was like, well, you're right, because they do work in the business now, and eventually, so it's a crazy thing. And I wish I could remember the numbers, but she broke down the percentages of businesses that last 6 months.
Whoa.
You know, I can't remember what it was, 40% or something like that. And then businesses that last 5 years,
Whoa.
it goes down to like 20% or
Dramatic.
50%. And then businesses that last for one generation, which is like 20 years or 25 years, it's another small percentage. Businesses that last 2 generations. And it kept going down to like where she's at, the 5th generation, there is no businesses.
Exactly.
So that's why she was really highlighting, she's bigging up herself and her story. I think she had a book and just talking about it, because businesses don't go past maybe 3 generations. It's almost impossible. You know what I think about all the time? My father was a tailor by trade.
By trade.
By trade, he was a tailor, and he was very proud of that.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw him doing it at home. He had his own business in Jamaica before he moved here. One of the things that he did. So he did it at home. He had the setup and the sewing machine, and he would tailor people's clothes and made a lot of our clothes and fixed up our clothes. And I took it for granted every time I outgrew some pants.
Yeah.
He can make them longer, make the waist bigger, or whatever it is I needed. I took that for granted until I had children, and I realized how much that
important it is.
how much that comes in handy.
Big time.
And I remember insulting him because he wanted me to learn, and I was not interested.
At the time?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't interested. And even worse, I think I even told him that, because when you're a kid, you're stupid, and you say dumb things.
All the time.
And that I try not to hold my kids accountable, honestly, on that, because I know that it's inevitable. They can't help it. They can't help saying dumb things because they're just not there yet. And me, like a dumb ASS, when he came to me, wanted to teach me, I told him that was for women. That's the way I saw it. Like sewing, that's like for,
oh my goodness.
that's like for girls. I remember being in school, and
oh my gosh.
mostly girls were interested in sewing, stuff like that.
Bro.
Not even realizing that was
It's just like keyboarding.
That's his trade and something he took pride in. So, in short, I really regretted that, because that's something that I could have had in my arsenal, and I'd be so proud to be able to make clothes right now or tailor clothes, and it's extremely useful.
A very transferable skill. It conducts your day.
And it's something else that I could have passed on also.
Easily.
So my children could be barbers and tailors if they wanted to be. And then on top of whatever skill that they might be interested in doing. And it just compounds, right? It doesn't always have to be the same thing. So you could be compounding skills over generations. I think we have to. I think you have to do it. So the answer is, on the first part, okay, I just say the first part for me is no.
Yeah.
I don't want them to be like me.
Ever.
They gotta be better. The second part is yes, but it's gotta be better. It's painful, man. Don't listen.
How do you?
I'm in pain, so they can't be like me.